Could I have the second set, please?
No problem. So over to Chris then. Which TV presenter, Chris, became a Labour MP in 1974? Was it Robert Kilroy-Silk, Carol Vorderman, or Timmy Mallet?
The notion of Timmy Mallet MP does not bear scrutiny at all. I know it's not Carol, so it's Robert Kilroy-Silk.
Robert Kilroy-Silk is the correct answer. Carol Vorderman hasn't been an MP either, I don't think, has she?
No, she hasn't, no.
You're quite a fan of hers, aren't you?
I like the lady. I say no more.
All right, we'll say no more about it. Jerry, Julia Gillard, who became Australian Prime Minister in 2010, was born in which part of the British Isles? Jersey, Scotland, or Wales?
I've got a little inkling on this, but no real definite knowledge. I'm going to have to go with the inkling, which is Wales.
Wales is the right answer. Well done.
Thank you.
Chris, over to you. Who was named Business Secretary in the coalition government following the 2010 general election? Was it Vince Cable, Theresa May, or Liam Fox?
Business Secretary, that was Vince Cable.
Vince Cable is the right answer. Over to you, Jerry. What name was given to the influential people who gathered at the home of Nancy Astor in the 1930s? Was it the Blenheim Circle, the Woburn Group, or the Cliveden Set?
No, really nothing at all. I'm going to go Blenheim Circle.
Blenheim Circle it was not. Any offers from here?
Cliveden Set.
Cliveden Set. Was Cliveden anything to do with the Profumo scandal or not?
Very much so, yes.
So that was. So that's the swimming pool there.
Yes.
Yes.
Was where certain parties met each other.
Yes.
OK, here is your question, Chris. Sir Seretse Khama was the first president of which country when it achieved independence? Was it Zambia, Botswana, or Namibia?
He was the first president of what used to be Northern Rhodesia, Zambia.
No, it said with great conviction. This is the thing, whenever you get them wrong, you say them with almost more conviction. So I look at my notes and think, am I right? Botswana it is.
Okay.
Botswana is the answer. So he's let you back in. If you get this right, Jerry, you're level and we go to sudden death. Panchasila, meaning 5 principles, is the official political ideology of which country? Malaysia, Indonesia, or Japan?
I'll take Malaysia, please, Jeremy.
Malaysia is incorrect. Indonesia is the right answer, which means Chris has taken the round. Jerry, you've been knocked out. Valiant attempt to knock an egghead out of the ring, but it hasn't quite come off. Do both of you please come back here and rejoin your teams. Bad luck, Jerry.
Thank you. Yep, it's the way they fall.
Early days.
Hide behind that.
As it stands, the challengers have lost 1 brain from the final round, whilst the eggheads have lost no brain so far. The next subject is arts and books. Who would like this?
I think it should be Cheryl.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
You happy with that? You happy with that, Cheryl?
No, I'm not happy, but I'll take it.
Cheryl, OK. Against which egghead? A, B, C. Anyone but Chris.
I think it's either Pat or CJ, and I think CJ is very good with books. I think he's a bit of a bookworm. I think Pat is a bit of a...
I think Pat's very good at everything.
Let's try him out, I think.
Right.
Pat, yeah.
I'll try Pat.
OK,
please.
so it is Cheryl from Cumbrian Civil Crew, and it's fallen to Pat from the Eggheads. Please make your way to the question room now. I'll ask each of you 3 questions, and then multiple choice, and Cheryl, you can tell me whether you want the first or the second set.
I'd like to go first, please.
Good luck, Cheryl, and good luck, Cumbrian Civil Crew. Here we go. What relation was the poet Christina Rossetti to the artist Dante Gabriele Rossetti? Was she mother, wife, or sister to him?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think she was sister.
Sister is correct. Not an easy question. Pat, your question. What is the name for the temporary framework structures used to support a building during its construction? Fake work, false work, or fool's work?
I think that must be false work.
You've got it right. False work is the right answer. Cheryl, in The Hobbit, what is the name of the home of Bilbo Baggins? Is it Bag Farm, Bag End, or Bag Cottage?
Believe it or not, I've got no idea. I've never read this at all. But I'll go for Bag Cottage.
No, not Bag Cottage, Bag End is the answer, where Bilbo lives. Pat, Dylan Thomas's play Under Milkwood was first performed in 1954 in which medium? Television, radio, or stage?
Well, it's famously a play for voices. I think there have been some theatrical implementations of it, but it was written, I think, for the BBC for radio.
Radio is the right answer. Well done. Okay, Cheryl, your third question. You need to get this one right. Who wrote the novel La Peste, or The Plague, first published in 1947? Was it Albert Camus, François Mauriac, or Jean-Paul Sartre?
I'm just trying to hazard another guess at this. As you can tell, arts and books isn't my subject. 1947. I'll go for Jean-Paul Sartre, and it's not.
Jean-Paul Sartre, it is not. It is Albert Camus, Cheryl. Sorry. So Pat has knocked you out. Pat will be in the final round and you will not. Please, both of you, come back and rejoin your teams. So the Cumbrian Civil crew have taken a couple of hits now. Any change in tack? You can become less civil if you want to.
We're thinking of it.
We're on television, so I think we better remain civil. We'll see what comes up next.
What comes up next is sport.
Oh.
Who would like this?
Well, there we are.
Should I have a go?
I think you should have at least attempt.
Okay, I think that's me by a mutual consent, I think.
I think so.
Yes.
All right, Dave on sport. And which egghead do you want to try and take out?
CJ. I think it's called CJ. But
I think I'll avoid Barry.
Daphne's a secret sports player. She knows all her. She's
Secret
got Anna
sports
Mac
player?
of all the. Well, do you know what I mean? Even Anna Mac, and she knows all the sports.
So it's within CJ then, yeah?
I think could be CJ because I think he really loves football, don't you, CJ?
I adore it.
In that case, it's going to have to be
So
CJ.
there's going to have to be some sport.
That's the one with the bats, isn't it?
It's good. Any questions on football, you're in with a chance.
I think
So
that's good.
Dave from Cumbrian Civil crew against CJ from the Eggheads, and to ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. CJ, remind us what sports you actually do.
I've never played any sports in my life. I mean, the closest I've ever come was marathon running, but I've never actually played any competitive sports.
I thought last year you were telling us you had a gym in one wing of your house.
One wing of one of my houses, I think you'll find.
So you're working out a lot of the time anyway.
I do a lot of exercise. That's only cardiovascular, and that's just to keep fit, and I'm always studying while I'm doing it.
You wouldn't consider taking something up like shot put or high jump?
Well, you've tried to send me for the high jump on several occasions, but I don't want to do anything like that, no thank you.
Okay, right. But you've learnt the lists, haven't you?
We'll soon find out.
That's the problem here, Dave. They learn lists.
Really?
He might not have gone near a football stadium, but he knows who scored the goals.
That's just cheating.
Well, we'll see. I'll ask each of you 3 questions on sport in turn, and Dave, you can choose the first or second set of multiple choice questions.
I will go first, please, Jeremy.
Here we go. Good luck. In motor racing, what name is given to the tyres used when there is some moisture, but not enough for wet weather tyres? Intermediate, intervening, or intercessional?
I don't believe intervening would fit. Intercessional I've never heard of. I'm 95% sure it's intermediate, Jeremy.
Intermediate is the right answer. CJ, over to you. What type of race is the Great North Run? Is it a steeplechase, a triathlon, or a half marathon?
Well, I've run it myself, so I'd hope I would get it right. It's a half marathon.
Half marathon is correct. Did you finish it?
Of course I finished it.
I just wondered if you might have got distracted halfway through by a list or something.
Well, there is that.
OK, over to you, Dave. Until 1998, George W. Bush was a co-owner of which baseball team? Was it the Seattle Mariners, Oakland Athletics, or Texas Rangers?
Well, he's a famous Texan, George Bush, I believe, and I believe that was the Texas Rangers.
Excellent, it was the Texas Rangers. CJ, which footballer was awarded the Golden Boot for highest scorer at the 2010 World Cup? Was it Diego Forlan, David Villa, or Thomas Müller?
It was Diego Forlan.
It was. Do you think so, Daphne? You went yes in an excited way.
What? Yes. Oh, what's it? Am I wrong? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you all think it was. No, you're all wrong. It was Thomas Müller.
Oh, that's right. Had the same amount of goals, didn't he? But he'd have more assists.
You're right, Daphne. I think the reason you thought it was Forlan is because when you watch the World Cup game after game, he did play amazingly well. He may not have scored as many goals. He was an incredible player. So you probably thought we went away from the World Cup thinking Forlan because of all those goals you'd seen him score. Dave, the hazard end, tambour and grill are found in the playing area of which sport? Squash, real tennis or volleyball?
Well, the word end would sort of rule up volleyball, really. There's no real sort of ends to that. I've played a bit of squash, and I don't recognise any of the terms from that. I've never played real tennis. This is a bit of a guess, but I'm going to go for real tennis.
Nice work. Real tennis is the right answer. Dave got them all right, CJ, and you can't catch him now, so I won't even ask you your third question. Dave, well done. You're in the final round. CJ has been knocked out. And do please, both of you, come back and rejoin your teams.
It seems